to my channel. Oh man, I'm so glad you guys are here today. This is gonna be a really good one. If you're brand new, my name is Orly and this is the DIY Designer. Normally, I'm doing really fun DIY fashion and home decor, so many fun videos every single week. And that's really because I am completely and entirely obsessed with personal style. I'm talking one of a kind, custom, very you, only you, personal style. And DIY has just always been the easiest, most cost-effective way to do that. And I've been doing it since I was probably in middle school. I think I started DIYing in middle school, and then by the time I was a senior in high school, I had my own clothing line where I would thrift pieces and upcycle them. So when I started my YouTube channel, it was a no-brainer that it would be around DIY fashion. But in my mind, I had always thought I want to teach people the tips and tricks and tutorials and hacks so that they can then apply it to their own style, giving you the tools to customize your own wardrobe so that it speaks your very own language. And that is really what's been underneath it all for me all of this time. And so last week, I shared my very first video introducing this concept, a way for you guys to uncover and unlock your personal style once and for all, something that is super unique to you. If you missed last week's episode, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. It's just a really great foundational episode to introduce this concept. It's called style language. And your style language is basically a cheat code to unlock your personal style and implement it every single day. We're gonna do it through the use and the discovery of like 3 or 4 keywords. Now, these words are going to be your code. They are the words that you need present in every single outfit, whether you're going to a garage sale or a gala, in order to always feel like yourself. So basically, your style language is your personal style. It's how you show up in this physical, visual world that we live in. It's like the physical expression of who you are on the inside. And all that I want it to do is to express who you authentically are accurately. I don't want you to try to look like anyone else, act like anyone else, compare yourself to anyone else. It is about a deep sense of ownership and then using your physical appearance to express that. You probably have a list of words from last week, a list of words that are coming up that you can start putting into your style language, because we talked about energetic crushes, we talked about style crushes, we talked about alternatives if either one of those isn't working for you, how to create more words. So hopefully you've got kind of a working list started. Today, I want to double down to really expand that list, because where your style language is going to reveal itself is in the repetition. The more questions you're asking yourself, the more prompting you're doing, the more times you are forcing yourself to write down words, the more you're gonna notice repetition, and the more those core words that you need in your style language are gonna reveal themselves. Now, I wanna make something clear. This does not mean you're gonna end up with a uniform. This is not about creating a list of words that restricts you. It actually frees you. You can throw in certain words that are like outliers and really fun to experiment with, but as long as they are anchored with those core words, it's always gonna feel like you. You're not gonna feel like you're in a costume. You're not gonna feel like you're trying to be anybody else. It's those core words, that's your style language, and it allows you to play around with any other words that you want because it's anchored in something deeper. I'm gonna prompt you with a couple of questions today that's hopefully gonna help you with the repetition and adding in more words. So the first question I wanna ask is, what are some words to describe your favorite outfits? Now, these could be outfits that you have worn or outfits that you tend to gravitate towards on other people. What are some words you would use to describe those type of looks? If it's on yourself and there's an outfit that you can think of, just sometime when you put together an outfit and you just felt amazing. Visualization with all of this is really, really important. So sit there. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to see yourself in that outfit. Think about some words that describe that outfit to you. Were you effortless, sexy, boho, or grungy, or witchy, or preppy, or nerdy? Any words that feel relevant to you, write those words down. Go through point by point your outfit and try to apply a word that each element of that was giving you. Maybe the shirt was giving you preppy, but the jeans were giving you grungy, and it was that balance that felt very you. There is a real magic in the contradiction of the words. Your style language should not be 4 versions of the same word. Nope. Now we're gonna do the opposite. For basically every question, you're gonna do the opposite. So what are words to describe your favorite outfits? What are words to describe your least favorite outfits? Again, these could be on yourself, or they could have been outfits you see on someone else that you just never like. Recognizing what the word is that you don't like will help you find the opposite of that word. It's the opposite that's gonna get added to your list. If you can imagine yourself in an outfit where you felt really insecure, I'll give you an example. I remember when I was in 8th grade, we went to Israel. We used to go every other summer to visit family. And I was going through this transition of super tomboy all through middle school and wanting to be a little bit more feminine as I was getting ready for high school. And so we went shopping, and I remember buying this floral, super stretchy mini skirt that was like, the background was sort of like a pale banana yellow and all of the flowers were pastel. And I bought a matching like pastel lime green shirt and matching heels. I had never worn heels. White plastic heels with like jelly straps in the colors that matched the skirt. My mom calls that ta-ta, 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 matchy, matchy, matchy. I bought all of these things. I was like, I'm gonna be a girl. The day I put it on, I walked to the bus stop and I can remember every detail of the way that I felt. With every single step, the insecurity became overwhelming. I felt cheesy. I felt desperate. I felt like I was trying to be sexy. I wasn't sexy, I was trying. I felt out of my body and insecure and absolutely awful. So much so that when I got to school, I went to the office and asked for loaners, which was a bright yellow thing you had to wear if you forgot your PE uniform. And it literally said loaner across the front. And I asked for loaners. I would rather wear loaners all day than wear that outfit because I did not feel like myself. So I can look at the words that it made me feel, and I can recognize the opposite. You're gonna do the same with hair and makeup. So again, look to other people, the style of hair and makeup and others that you just love. You're always like, oh God, that looks so good. Like, that's how I would do it every day if I could do it. Write down the words that describe that style of hair and makeup. And again, do the opposite. You hired a makeup artist. They've done your hair and makeup. It's the moment to see what it looks like. They spin you around and you see yourself in the mirror. What would be the worst thing you could imagine on yourself? What would be the thing that if you had to go to dinner with a group of friends that you would literally rather cancel your plans than show up looking like that? And then what is the opposite of that? The more questions you ask yourself, the more opportunity you will start to see repetition. Now let's talk about that repetition. Anywhere that you see a word repeat, you're gonna put a hash next to it. I also want you to look for words that are sort of a different word to explain the same thing. So for me, laid back, easygoing, chill, cool, effortless, relaxed is all over my list. It's basically the same word. So you want to collapse those into one word that is the most relevant for you. You should start to see the beginning of your style language revealing itself now. You'll see words that are fun and you like them, but they're outliers. They're not integral. They're not an absolute need. I have found that 4 is a real sweet sauce. You might notice, like myself, that maybe there are 3 words, other people would recognize them in you, but there's maybe a 4th word, and I actually think the 4th word is very important. A 4th word that no one else would notice, but you feel it. So for me, that word is original. When I'm wearing something that I thrifted or I DIY'd, no one else knows that. But I feel that. It makes me feel one of a kind, unique, original, different, and that is a core need of mine. So I think that's where we're gonna stop for today. We are going to do videos coming up slowly over time where we're gonna create outfits using style language, showing you the different ways that you can start to incorporate it. Be really free and open to allow it to change and evolve as you start noticing things out in the real world that you're really gravitating towards. I might be taking some weeks here and there off. I have a lot of stuff that I feel like I'm building on right now. Style language is one of them. Rock Knot, which all this stuff got restocked. All the chokers are restocked. It's been very, very busy, and creating video content has been super difficult, and I don't want to put out like half-ass content. So just make sure that you've got the bell clicked for notifications. I love you. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful week.